Jumripsur, Namaste, hello. It was here at Phnom Kulen in Cambodia that the mighty Khmer Empire was born when Jayavarman II anointed himself king, breaking away from the Hindu Java Empire. In this series, we will see how the Indic influence was absorbed and adopted into the local culture and is still a pivot point around which the Cambodian culture and life revolve.
Hello and welcome again to Forgotten Temples with myself, Mr. B, walking along a little stream in the middle of the jungle in the Kulen mountain range. Now, Kulen means the mountain of the great Indra, who is my favourite god, as you may know from watching these episodes. Further down this track is something truly remarkable. It is a site of great human interest, and it is one of my absolute favourite sites. So why not join me, as always, for a quick 10-minute adventure to see something in a far-off mystical land that I assure you, you don't even know about. So deep in the jungle is this place, and it is truly amazing. And you'll say, well, Mr. B, I see absolutely nothing amazing about a log over a pathway. Well, I'd have to agree with you. It's not that that's amazing. What is amazing is what's under my feet, and it is everywhere. This is a man-made hill of sorts, because it is the debris of the industry of those ancient men. And what I'm going to do is just bend down and pick up what I'm standing on. It's this. The whole hill is made of pottery. It is absolutely amazing. We can see here by this large bit that this, if we continue this circle, was a Lars vase, an ampule maybe, like the Romans used to keep wine in. It's just a phenomenal place. I mean, I was walking back to do the approach for this shot and I found this. Look, this delicate little pot lid. Isn't it amazing? And the whole hill consists of this. This was once an ancient kiln. To find this location, you will need a guide. I mean, anywhere in Kulen. I fell off my bike just moments ago and I was trapped beneath it. Without a guide, it would have been a very tricky situation. As we come round the corner, we see this, a little shrine. So in the middle of the jungle is this small shrine, and it has the usual sort of religious artifacts that we can see at the back there. But at this place, there's some stuff which is wildly different. Allow me to show you. We have parts of temples that didn't quite make the cut. We can see how beautifully it is carved, but it looks as though it broke in the final process. So it was cast aside. And there's other things here. Have a look at this. These are glazed. Can you see the shine on them? This is highly professional stuff. And what we can see is the layers. Potentially these were tiles, or, you know, maybe lids or something of that nature. I couldn't say. But what I can say from my limited knowledge of pottery is the temperature was too hot in the kiln and they have fused together. So they were discarded, as was so much, and so much was discarded, it created this hill. And moving along the track just round this corner is something absolutely fascinating. Have a look at this. This is ancient treasure. What you can see are pot lids, bits of balustrade, all sorts of the industry that they were making here. It is a window back in time. This video is only a short one, but to me, what it says is way more than an awful lot of the temples we've visited. Because what we see here, when we see these lids of these exquisite pots and so on, is trade. These are the items that potentially could have ended in India, as India sent goods back this way, which forged that friendship, which I'm very pleased to say is still strong to this very day. And when we touch items such as this, we really get a feel as to the day-to-day living. This tile is warped, it didn't make it, so someone just tossed it aside. But what they threw away is very much to our benefit. And there's a piece here I would like to show you, which is very much like the other. We can see 1, 2, 3 layers. It is incredibly heavy. Now, I've asked my guide who's with me, and I said, what are these? And he says they're tiles. And it's amazing to think, you see, when you hold something like this, you're holding something which can tell you so very much. Because a chap came to work one day, and his job obviously was to get the temperature of the kiln just so lovely tiles could come out and be used, let's say, for a temple. These could have been headed off to, to shelter one of our Hindu gods. But he got it wrong that day. Now, maybe it was his first day on the job, or maybe he just had a row with the wife the night before and was rather tired and didn't sleep well. But for whatever reason, it all went wrong. And he must have been terribly embarrassed. I mean, especially if it was his first day on the job. All the people around him, the other blokes, would have ribbed him a bit. Ah, look at him, he's got it all wrong. Well, he did. But did he? Because if he did not, we wouldn't be holding something as precious as this. And that's why I had to bring you here. So, was this once bound for India? It looks like the neck of a large vase. It could have been painted and decorated to a style that is traditional here, and when getting to a foreign land would have been deeply appreciated. But it's things like this. Have a look. Now, what I think is, you see these marks that go round the edge. Now, they've been done with a stick when it was wet. What I feel would have happened is you would have old people and children doing this, because why would you have strong men? They'd be cutting down trees and doing labour. When you've got finer work that anyone can do, often in society, that is for the old or the very young. This just lays on the floor in a jungle. It has the marks here that could have been made by tiny hands over 1,000 years ago. And that is the human story. I very much hope you've enjoyed this little adventure, connecting with those ancients that were responsible for building those fantastic temples. And maybe we've seen some of the artifacts here. Isn't it amazing to think that temple builders started their creation where I stand, in the middle of a jungle? Well, what is now a jungle? As always, I ask you to comment. These videos are being sponsored by the Embassy of India. And if you enjoy our little adventures, then by commenting and letting them know, we may well just get some more episodes, and it would be greatly appreciated by myself. Until next time, as always, I wish you absolutely nothing but the very best. You take good care.